We have started playing at the Kalamunda.
Oh, really?
Yeah, our first show ever was the Kalamunda Night Markets.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Yeah, I used to busk there like every farmer's market, like Saturday or Sunday.
No way.
These faded lines, I've lost my mind, and I just want a little bit more. And every time I close my eyes, I just want a little bit more.
So as part of last year's Limelight participants and winners to this year's Limelight winners, congrats.
Thanks for having us. Yeah.
And you guys just wrapped up your EP tour.
Yeah,
we did.
Yes.
Can you tell me a bit about that?
Oh, you know, it's how fun's losing money playing music. It's the
It's a
dream.
part of it, yeah.
No, it was a lot of fun. We did it. It was our first time doing like a regional tour. We did, I think, 4 shows. Where did we go? Two Perth shows, Manage 'em Up and Margaret River.
All the big cities.
All the big cities. And yeah, it was a lot. We learned a lot, and we kind of, Tom, our drummer, managed a lot of it, which is a blessing. And
He's great.
He's great.
He's the
We
reason
love-
we're here today.
we love that guy.
He answers emails.
yeah.
Well, the reason that you're here, because he had to call you because you're running late.
Yes. Your songs have been featured in shows like Shameless, Shadowhunters, and Maxton Hall. We just want to know, like, how did those opportunities come about?
Yeah, well, I consider myself quite lucky in that, like, my music sometimes falls into like the right people's hands. But that there's music supervisors that like program the music for
Right.
TV shows or movies or whatnot, and it's tended to be like 1 or 2 of my songs in particular that kind of get that, and it suits like more dramatic moments because there's also like a big like trumpet section that kind of plays, and whether your music fits the visuals, I guess, at the end of the day. So it's like it's out of your control, but also it's like it's amazing when it does happen. How's the writing process working with you guys?
It's pretty hectic. All five of us write. So
Everyone's got opinions.
yeah.
Okay, who's got the strongest?
I think strongest opinions and loudest voice are different things.
Yeah,
There's-
and also it's different to who's actually the wisest, because it's not usually the loudest, and I'm usually the loudest. So,
because he's got a mic in the rehearsal room and no one else does.
but we do have fun, and when we do get to a song eventually, after the back and forth, we do come out of it going, somehow we've whipped up something that feels kind of good there.
How do you start? Like, do you start with someone bringing something to band rehearsals and then you just throw ideas at each other from there?
Pretty much. Usually Leo or Harry will come with the guitar riff, and then we'll build it off that. Or sometimes it's Xander and Tom will
Have
like,
a
develop
bass and drum.
and bass
Yeah,
thing.
cool.
Yeah.
And that'll be like the
It's just like, we're going to play that for 4 minutes. You can kind of figure out
yeah.
dynamics and whatever, but we just like this little 2-bar loop. So
Yeah.
Just if it feels good and it makes someone tap their foot, then we're like, okay, run with it.
Yeah, I suppose when you're writing, are you thinking about the tours that you're doing and trying to incorporate certain moments, or like how does it pass the energy check for, or do you just wait until the song's written and then figure that out?
Sometimes we'll test them, like at an open mic, and just see what happens. Most of the time, nothing hits, but sometimes it does feel good. And sometimes we'll go in with like, okay, we want to make the audience sing here and like use them as an instrument, I guess.
It's mainly you that writes into crowd interactions.
I like doing that. I love doing that stuff. But I think you can't really do that without the drum and bass, for example, underneath it, driving it.
Yeah.
I need to not fanboy, but I'm just a little bit. For your album that's coming out, of the songs that are currently unreleased that are going to release with the album, what's your favourite? What are you most excited for people to hear?
I have a song called Pretend Ferrari, which is like about like social anxiety and trying to like feel like it's like the fake it till you make it sort of thing. Especially like in music, but also in life, like this pressure to like feel like you're constantly like on the rise of like ticking things off, and sometimes that doesn't happen. Sometimes you have hiccups and things along the way. So like that's a song that I like feel like a lot of people can probably relate to. So
Do you find kind of like right after sleep and before sleep that you do get into like a kind of slightly different creative flow?
Uh,
A lot of people talk about that.
Yeah, the amount of times that I've like leapt out of my bed to like
Yeah.
record a
Yeah,
voice memo
yeah.
quietly in the other room, like it's that happens a lot. But then I can't decipher it the next day when I try and like re-listen to it.
I've had that a few times actually as well. You like come up with a melody and then you listen to it the next day and you're just like, this sucks.
Yeah, so I started trying to like, as much as you're like, oh, I really just want to get this down so I can go back to sleep. I have like sat down at like the piano or the like so I can actually like get the right chords down.
Is that your main writing tool?
No, mostly it's the guitar, but from my bedroom, the piano is the closest.
Yeah.
So, just a lazy thing.
She brings me down slow.
I'm so interested in the band. I'm very lucky that
Oh, okay,
I make
yeah,
the
yeah.
decisions and I don't have to like consult with anyone else. When you're writing and there's a bunch of people wanting to take the song maybe in a different direction, like how do you guys like get to the point where you're happy about it, or is there a little bit of compromise sometimes?
We have a veil of democracy. It is probably the person that comes with the idea first that maybe sees it the most will be like, okay, we're gonna try this, we're gonna try that, we're gonna try this, to try and get it somewhere. And then after that, it's like, okay, it's open to the room of what should we do with. Where does this go?
We're very lucky though because there's 5 of us. So it's an odd number.
Yeah.
So if we vote,
it
it always
could be
ends
terrible.
But people try to be middle people and like not pick a
You got to
side.
get
and
your
then
voting
it's like,
quickly
no, you have
so
to
that
vote.
you're not the fifth person voting.
But we all do it. So I don't know. I think that took a while to come up with that system, even though it's super simple. We didn't really stick to it.
It doesn't work unless we're on the same page about where we're trying to go.
And we all have very different like music tastes. I'm much more like poppy, Coldplay,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
what are you more?
I don't know, I've been listening to like 90s house music recently.
Okay,
That's-
there you go.
I don't know, like I've played guitar my whole life, and then it was like, here's a bass when I was like, 20? And then I got a synth recently, and I'm like, I love this.
I step out into the sunlight, laughing, seeking nothing more than that.
So you just came back from Europe in April.
Yes.
How was that?
Amazing. Like the crowds over there, as much as Australian crowds, are lovely. Like everyone, when you travel a little bit, like people are very grateful that you've made the journey to go play over there. And I feel like you can write and release songs, and you could do that like on a loop. But if you don't have the touring side of things, then it can really be quite like insular, and you lose that inspiration to like kind of like help that cycle.
Have you got a favourite moment
From the last tour?
in the last tour?
Yeah, there was. It was probably the last show, like in Glasgow. Like I used to busk at the like Kalamunda farmers markets, like when I was like growing up.
We have started playing at the Kalamunda.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
our first show
amazing.
ever was the Kalamunda Night Market.
Oh wow, that's so cool. Yeah, I used to busk there like every farmers market, like Saturday or Sunday morning.
No way.
And there was a guy next to me that was like a old Scottish man that sold dog treats, and he was like my biggest fan, and he had the thickest like Glaswegian accent ever. And I hadn't spoken. He moved back to Scotland maybe like 8 years ago, and he messaged me like before the gig, being like, "Hey, I'm come to the gig, like excited to see you," and it was just so good to like see him again, and yeah, just catch up. And he was just like the same, like my
That's so
biggest
cool.
fan again. He was in the front row, and yeah, so it was that was probably like one of my favorite.
No way we did Kalamunda Night
I was
Market.
like,
Did
yeah.
you shout him out? Would you like, everyone, this is my...
No, I was trying to like not forget my lyrics by like that's always my biggest problem. Is that serial lyrics forgetter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unfortunately, it's not that bad. I can kind of mumble like if I forget them, I'll like make it up as I go. But Xander notices.
Well, yeah, it's like if I play a wrong note, then like Matty will notice. But if Matty sings, if he gets a 2-syllable word in that's a bit different, then you have to be listening to pay attention.
Yeah, or you have to know the song. So sometimes I'll be singing, and I'll completely forget one of the verses. So I'll just like come up with something, and it won't make grammatical sense, but or like 2 of the words is like slightly different. I know it's not good, but we move.
It's improv. It's live music.
It's
This is why
live.
you're
It's
here.
live.
yeah.
What do you expect? And there'll be like 2 or 3 people in the crowd that just go and like give me a stern look because I forgot the words.
Nothing but make believe
very lucky at the start of the year to support Pacific Avenue when they came to WA.
That was insane.
And they, I don't know, because it was cool to watch them 3 nights in a row and see like, okay, what's like real show to show and then what's rehearsed. But for the Margaret River show, which was the best crowd, they played My Happiness.
Oh.
And they ballsed it up. And it was great. But it was an encore cover. And it was just awesome to watch. Yeah. Seeing how someone who's in the industry, who's doing the things you want to be doing,
how professional they are,
how they treat everything was just,
yeah.
It's just like constantly learning
and kind, and like Pacific Avenue especially was so kind and so like welcoming and easy to deal with. Not deal with. We didn't have to deal with it. They were dealing with us. But yeah, they were just so welcoming and like we didn't feel like we were having to like get out the way for them. Like they were super welcoming.
I did like a festival thing and Leon Bridges was playing there and I introduced myself to him and then like maybe I reckon like 3 minutes later we got told by someone that like Leon Bridges doesn't want to say hi to people or like so like keep your space from him. But he was really nice when I did chat to him. I think
it was like in the catering. Did you just
Won't breathe out. Yeah, I still do. I still remember you in my head.
I know my music isn't like festival music,
right?
But I would love to like create a festival version of like my set that kind of works a bit like it's a bit more maybe like because I've released so many songs now that I can maybe pick the ones that are maybe a bit more catered to that. What's your bucket list venue?
We have a deal. If we play Wembley, I'll get a tattoo.
No, it looks great on you.
No, just me personally. I'm not.
How
a fan
big's the tattoo? Who's decided that and where does
We haven't talked about that, which I'm a little annoyed.
It was a tattoo of whatever Tom wants.
Yeah,
that was my understanding.
I don't know about that, but I know it's a tattoo. Yeah. But even with 50 people in the room, it still feels full. Yeah. All you have to do is crack one person. If you can get them singing back to you.
Oh, but the one person, like like a 500-person show, the one person that isn't dancing.
Oh,
that's just like at the front, just staring at you, and you're like,
everyone else is having fun.
Mine's the opposite. Usually it's like 500 people like looking at me, and then it's like one person that's dancing, and I'm like, please stop dancing. This was your first big tour that you guys did?
Yeah,
first thing that we've organised ourselves.
Okay, I imagine you learned a lot from organising it yourselves. So is there what would you do different next time, or what was?
Tom's going to be more in charge.
Yeah, more in charge.
That was the problem. Is that
I just say we have a blind belief that we can kind of do anything and like, oh yeah, we'll just do that and we'll do that and do that, and then it's like, oh, I think like we have a joke like probably 95% of the things we do, nothing's easier than you think it's going to be.
Okay, yeah.
It's just like, oh.
But at least you have the blind faith to begin
and
to give it a go and then learn that, as opposed to like just stopping before you start.
You just got to kind of do it, and then we knew something was going to go wrong, and it did. Not like anything.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
No car breakdowns or anything.
Yeah, no, fortunately not. But like, and we planned.
Had a hospital trip.
We had a hospital trip.
Yeah.
So something did go wrong.
Okay. Was that you?
No, it was
are they okay?
Sound guy Max.
Soundy slammed his finger in a car door.
Had a splint.
Yeah.
The main volume pushing finger as well?
It was his thumb. So I think he can get by.
He'll get a fader and he'll just do that.
He's fine. But yeah, and I think just also like just people really looked after us, and I think we still did, but we just want to like really put an effort into like showing appreciation and also looking after people as well, and the people who showed up to the shows, especially the regional ones, even though they were smaller, like still the energy was incredible. I think Manjimup, we had like barely anyone in the room. It was like 10. There was a stripper cage. People. If there was a stripper cage.
There was a stripper cage.
Is that where you played from?
Yeah, no, that's where
Harry did. Harry did a solo in there.
Our guitarist did a guitar solo in it.
Yeah.
But they, there was like 3 people who were just dancing like no one was watching. It was the most amazing thing, and they were so happy that
someone comes to Manjimup.
Yeah. And we were
that's
just like, well, hell yeah. And then open bar. We were happy.
Awesome. Awesome. Like, find the joys in when the small gigs and the big gigs as well. Then.
Yeah, and then we got back for the final show in Perth, and it was
Good way to finish it.
a bit more forward.
Was that
like,
Indie Bar, was it?
no, it was a place called
Seriously?
Lyrics,
Oh,
Lyrics
Underground.
Underground.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll be less scathing.
Lyrics Underground, awesome venue. Indie Bar obviously was the first show. They're awesome as well. That's like the Perth venue.
Yeah,
for
that's what I
bands.
started playing most of the time, was like Indie Bar. Their open mic nights were always so good.
Are you already excited for the next thing?
I am. I like, as you guys know too, like recording takes ages, and sometimes like, and then by the time like everyone sees the songs, you might already be writing like the next songs because you've like checked into that next chapter. So yeah, I'm always excited, but I'm also equally excited to like share the songs that I've written because people haven't heard them before and they're new to them, and it's like the song takes on a new life then, and you kind of welcome them into it. So yeah, there's always like excited for both.
Do you have any advice for writing? Like any like little,
No,
or just like anything, any like little bits of wisdom?
No, I've always been told, and like I definitely like believe it too, is that it's like a muscle, or it's like the more you practice it, the more you like. So like for me, it's just like showing up, like to write.
It's a job.
Yeah, it's like so like I'll
Best job in the world.
Yeah,
but
it's great, and sometimes it doesn't feel like a job, but as well, like sometimes you can see more like direct. Or I found this because I'm like self-managed at the moment. I can see more like direct results from like sending emails or doing other jobs than you might see from like spending the time writing a song, because you don't know if anything's going to like come from it down the line. But it's like equally as important, because otherwise you'll end up like a year down the line and you haven't written any new songs.
We went too far that way.
Yeah, you can like, and I've learnt to like really like be precious about the time that I attribute to songwriting for that reason.
So are we expecting a tour after your album release?
Yes, definitely. Just we haven't announced anything yet, but there will be one. Yeah, hopefully some Australia shows and some ones overseas as well. Yeah. What have you guys got in the pipeline next?
We got Wham coming up.
Oh, exciting!
Thanks to Limelight and RAC, so that'll be fun. Get to play in front of hopefully some important people.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like we haven't even started yet. Like we've spent all this time of like, originally it's like you're playing in a room together, and we're like, oh, it'd be great to play an Indie Bar Thursday open mic. You're like, well, we need 25 minutes of music. So you'd write that, and then it was like, oh God, we've got a festival slot. We need to do 45 minutes. And it's like, okay, how many more songs can we write in 3 weeks? Yeah. And then it's like, oh, okay, well, it's like some people like maybe we should play an hour-long show if we're doing this and that.
Yeah.
And now it's like, okay, we've got this kind of like starting nest egg, and now it's going, let's do something amazing. Let's kind of like this. That was ground zero, and now we get to say what we want to say. Oh, like.
Yeah.
Make music that.
So that feels like the pre-season, and this is now.
Yeah.
I don't think I've been more excited. Really.
That's good. That's awesome.
Yeah. Very excited to listen to Pretend Ferrari, and the album's out on
31st of October.
31st of October, straight in the calendar.
But yeah, lovely chatting to you guys. And
it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what comes next for you.
So are we.